This is gonna be Rrq Hoshi and Deusvult for this explosive BO3 as Deusvult already kickstarting it up. Brusco gonna be backing away and they pick up the first blood.
We spawned into the land of dawn.
I'm not so sure if they're gonna go
into a straight kill. Wow, what a good pick-off. It is a Layla though. I gotta ask you, BK, you got $1 million on the line and you're competing? You're picking up a Layla?
She is the poster girl of Mobile Legends after all. Not so sure if this is going to be a redraft. That been getting hard in the early game. As you can see, the aggression here from the side of Deusvult. Irad doing his very best. Pops in that ultimate to pick off Magister. That's going to be it. Rrq Hoshi picks up their first kill of this game.
You know what they say about Layla? She is a glass cannon. It is going to require a lot of protection to kind of keep her safe on the bot side. So Rrq Hoshi definitely going to have to put some heavy presence in the bottom lane, especially up against Hiko on that Claude, who can kind of be a lot more mobile and deal that damage. I mean, you're already seeing Brusco rotating to the bottom side. I mean, he realizes that is definitely the focus and the objective. But this is the first Layla game that we have in the Game of Futures 2024 for the winners match group stage A. Is it going to be 100% win rate or 100% loss rate? Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, in ranked games, she's pretty popular, right? Like, when it reaches the late game, you want burst, you got it in the form of a Layla, and once it positions itself really well, you can definitely dish out the damage. They don't really have a lot of frontline here. They do have Irad to be able to pick up on that early game, but Skylar right now, as long as he doesn't get solo picked off here on his lane, he should be fine, right? Like, just give him the time to farm up, pretty much like the Claude. He should be able to deal out the damage. It does not have that mobility, which is the reason why it doesn't really get picked up in professional play.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a Layla in the NA scene when it comes to like our qualifiers for international tournaments. So, hey,
We've seen it in Malaysia
and you're watching it, hey, maybe is this something that you try at home, or do you just put right back on the shelf? Is this the key? I mean, Skylar is running it, and we know he's usually more dominant inside of his lane. So I feel like if anybody can pull it off, it's gonna be him.
Yeah, I mean, the Layla pick, right? Like, we were thinking of all the possibilities here. And Rrq was just like, Coach Friend was just like, okay, you know what? Throw out all those possibilities. We're picking up a Layla. And speaking of the Layla, it is pretty much the goal. It's not that far apart from the Claude. So as long as it can maintain the lane, it should be fine. Rrq Hoshi going for the aggression right now. Brusco goes in for the Wave the Dragon. Does not get anything. Nice tug in there though by Banana. Sawa goes down as the rest of Deusvult forced to back away from that one.
Yeah, forced to back away. 2-2 on the scoreboard so far. Both sides having kills, but Brusco was one of the members that fell, and so was Skylar on the Layla early in the game. That was a Magister taking both of those kills. 2-1-0 right now, having a good rotation on this Martis. Slotted in that jungle. Sunset Lover taken very low over there by Octa, using the hero that we primarily see Sunset Lover on, Navaria, against him.
Oh man, I was not, of all the options, right? I was not expecting to see this come out here on the match point at that. Like, maybe in the first game, right? But match point. Oh man, I mean, I'm just at a loss for words right now. The Layla pick, let's see, right? Like, as long as this can scale up, this should be fine. Rrq Hoshi is doing a good job, like, picking up all of those objectives just so that the Layla can scale up. Right now, Banana starting up this turtle. Brusco as well, going for the Wave to Dragon. It's gonna be Magister to target. Nice stun there from the side of Octa. NetherRealm gonna be worked on here by the side of Deusvult, gonna be able to sustain. There's the hard guard as well onto Magister. And Rrq Hoshi gonna be backing it away. Turtle gonna be reset right now as Brusco does not have that Wave the Dragon just yet.
Yeah, and now you are seeing Deusvult's pulling the aggro of this turtle. Gonna try and go ahead and claim it. Irad not really over there, but he does have the mobility with this Joy to close the distance. Turtle does get reset though, giving him a little bit of time to get that purple buff, but not much of a window. Irad able to get there in the blink of an eye. Magister takes out Brusco. Irad is able to claim the turtle for Rrq Hoshi, but Magister gets the double kill to respawn. 4-2 kill lead for Deusvult.
Oh man, 4 kills here for Deusvult, 600 lead for them, and Irad doing his very best to make this team shine onto the early game. Again, yeah, we still left Skylar unchecked there. Let's take a look at these items later on, but for now, definitely the gold lane needs that farming, and once it reaches that late game, you should be able to dish out that damage that, you know, even the members here at Deusvult will have a hard time dealing with.
Yeah, and already seeing Deusvult's off to a good start, leading the way in terms of kills and also gold, but lost that first neutral objective on that turtle play. Good steal from Irad last minute. We seen him earlier yesterday with the crazy Lancelot Lord steal, and it just shows you that he's really quick on finding a way into the neutral objective and getting those steals. Now with Deusvult in the advantage, they need to find a way to shut down Skylar even more, delay the glass cannon from charging up. Because if it does get to the late game, that's where the Layla is going to come alive. And it'll be very hard to kind of burst him down. They don't really have many heroes on the side of Deusvult to get to the backline. I mean, the only one they really have is kind of Kid Bomb. I guess they have Hiko if he can get there with the BMI, but it'll be a little risky, especially with Rrq having this show to be able to use the way of the dragon for the single target CC.
Oh man, Rrq right now taking up the damage here coming out from Hiko. Blazing Duet from the backside. He's going to get tugged in there. Sunset Lover going to pick up the kill as Deusvult right now standing at 6-2 up against Rrq Hoshi.
Yeah, now you are looking at some damage in the mid lane. Sunset Lover will find Irad. That is going to be another kill into the hands of Deusvult, but a response back from Rrq on the bot side. Skylar trying to connect, trying to hit Hiko and take him down. Unable to hit the mark. Will be forced to recall now. Banana may not be able to expand that distance. Forced to use the flicker, but Kid Bomba right behind him really wants to kill, but not able to close the distance.
Yeah. Oh man, Deusvult right now, they're doing their very best, making sure that all these lanes are covered before, you know, it heads to the first Lord. And so far, they're covering all of the map straight. Skylar here moving towards the top side to make sure that lane is covered too. But right now, Deusvult, they're pressuring after pressure. Nice tug in there, Kid Bomba. Gonna be able to get in all the damage. Sunset Lover to save the day with the Nether Realm, but it's inevitable. They're under the towers here of Rrq Hoshi, and they're gonna take in a lot of the damage as they successfully defend this mid turret.
Yeah, able to defend that mid turret. Rrq Hoshi trying to hold in there. They don't want to lose this match and be sent down to stage 1 of the playoffs. They need this victory over Deusvult. It's a little bit of a miscalculated play up against Deusvult in game number 2. Costed them with the late Lord play, but now, as you are seeing both teams ready to clash it out, battle in the mid lane. Octa pulled back and hit with decimation from Magister. Banana trying to join the party, not able to get there in time. Still behind in terms of kills and gold. Rrq Hoshi up to a little bit of a rough start. Lost their turret on the bottom side, still holding on to the remainders though, which will give Deusvult a little bit of that map control they're looking for. Looking at Hiko though, doing a really good job of rotating around the map. Definitely can tell he's comfortable since he was able to take that turret on the bot side. He has now shifted his focus onto the top lane, but now, speaking of Hiko, Heart Guard activated, keep him alive as Banana tried to get the set. Rrq to about 50% HP. Skylar in the mid lane trying to do damage with the Layla pick. We'll be fighting and hitting from afar, but Deusvult trying to find a way to open up this mid lane turret. Not going to be able to do it though. Lord will spawn in the next 24 seconds.
Ooh, this match is just about to get started. 9 minutes in. Oh man, I'm just gonna be switching to stream B because I just have to catch my breath just now. Okay, I'm gonna be switching it out with a private dancer, so you guys can expect to see more of me later on in stream B. But I really do want to see what happens here in this match between Rrq Hoshi and Deusvult. Steph, you take the wheel for now.
Yeah, I will definitely take the wheel, but hey, I'm joined by another familiar face, actually on my side of home territory. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Private Dancer, who you guys seen yesterday on Stream B, has joined the party. How you doing? Yeah, Lord very low. It is going to drop down, and that is going to be Deusvult able to claim that, and now trying to cede some more ground on this game. I know Private is now just joining the table, so we'll do a little bit of a brief recap of what we've seen so far. Rrq Hoshi takes game 1. Game 2, almost able to close it out, but not able to take control of the late game, and an epic turnaround from Deusvult, taking us to a game 3. which now we are seeing Deusvult leading the way. An unorthodox pick of Skylar from Rrq Hoshi did pick up the Layla, which is the first Layla I think that me and you both have seen in the game of futures, at least private, and definitely haven't seen it in North America in our MSC qualifiers.
Yeah, Layla, one of those picks that it rarely comes up here. But man, what a story to tell. What a time to come in here for Kim to see all this excitement here. 1-1 between Rrq Hoshi and Deusvult right now. Lord crashing in at the bottom.
Yeah, crashing in at the bottom. Rrq is going to be able to take down Sunset Lover, but down goes the turret on the top side. Ground control definitely in favor for Deusvult. You're going to see the Astro Echo connect Kid Bamba trying to get away, able to dodge the Astro Meteor just in time. Man, that was like an inch away from taking it down, but Rrq on the chase with the electrifying beat will be able to pick up that kill. Down goes another realm, trying to keep the team alive. Sunset Lover, go ahead and hits the Shadow Stampede.
Brusco.
Magister will find Brusco. That is going to be a 1-for-1 trade for both sides. And yeah, now looking at things, like we said, Deusvult needs to kind of play safe, right? Focus on the objectives. This is the first time you've actually seen them take control of the early game up against Rrq Hoshi. Normally they kind of trail behind and then pick it up in the late game when Rrq Hoshi makes a mistake. But so far, they are leading the way in this game. They need to take this turret in the mid lane. If they can take that, then they'll be able to invade the jungle of Rrq Hoshi and put them on a little bit more of a defensive stance in their jungle. But yeah, as we are looking at some of the items popping up on the board, pay attention to Skylar. That's who we're really looking at. Berserker's Fury does get picked up. Battle on the way, though, in the mid lane. Netherrealm being activated. 3-man set with the Astro Echo from afar from Octa, connecting to Deusvult, and now taking the fight into the jungle. Rrq, electrifying beats, takes down Sunset Lover. Magister rushes in, finds Brusco. Rrq will take down Magister for the double kill. He go with the Heart Guard, going in. He wants some bodies. Banana, very low. Hiko gets one. Skylar in the bush. He has spotted him out, and Hiko gets the double. But Skylar will take him down at the same time. 3-for-2 trade. Deusvult still taking the lead, but Kid Bamba very low, trying to take down Rrq. Forced to use that Vengeance. Sawo keeping him alive from the side with this Angela pick. 12-8, Lord spawned in. Deusvult may have a chance to pull the aggro, but they gotta wait for Magister to spawn back in. They do not have the retribution to be able to take this objective yet. This may be a stalemate for both sides. And honestly, this is the closest game that we have had so far in this entire series between these two amazing teams, but it's gonna go down to the wire on who wants it a little bit more. Sawo taking about 50% HP, and now the Lord Pit has been gained by the side of Rrq Hoshi.
And it does seem like we're at a point where both teams are kind of suffering that late game. I want to say that late game fall off where you have people like Rrq on the Joy starting to fall off. You've got Magister on the Martis that is starting to fall off. Both teams trying to cope with that when it still comes to damage. But for me right now, Skylar is probably, even though it's not a pick we see very often, this is about the point when those Laylas begin to pop off with that heavy damage and that shredding ability.
Yeah, and speaking of shredding ability, down goes the turret on the bot side. Wind of Nature picked up by Hiko will definitely help him out up against Skylar. We mentioned the Layla, right? It's a glass cannon, very fragile when touched, but when fighting from afar can deal some massive damage. And it looks like Rrq Hoshi, even though they're down in turrets, they're trying to hold off to the late game. Trust in Skylar. That is going to be the hashtag for today. That is definitely their game plan. But Deusvult, it's a ticking time bomb. They need to close this out before Skylar gets the full build.
Yeah, we can see right now a little bit of a dance at the Lord, still trying to vie for a position. Magister working his hat off, and right now in a great position. Banana still giving his team vision and making sure that they can counter this when it comes. And Lord at health now, Steph.
Yeah, at health, but it is going to be reset. So we'll get a little bit more of that HP. Banana in a good position to kind of pull that aggro, but Kid Bamba doing great on this CC. He didn't run the Ruby this time around. I think he's definitely performing a lot better on it. I mean, he's only 1, 2, and 3, but he's having such a strong frontline presence. But look at Rrq Hoshi's positioning. I mean, Octa is very far out there, not going to be able to engage if this fight does break out inside of the Lord Pit. And right now, Rrq Hoshi having the control may be able to take this objective.
Yeah, and it's this next one being so important now, right, as both of these teams have a little bit of an advantage. Okay, Baba in a little bit of trouble here, gets bursted down.
Yeah, bursted down, and now taking the fight into the mid lane is going to go ahead and BMI out of there from Hiko. Magister is going to find Brusco, though. Octa takes out Kid Bamba, 1-for-1 trade. But both teams still able to take this fight. Lord still intact, and nobody has been able to claim it so far, waiting for an opportunity. But it just hasn't been open for either side. But this may be it. Look at Skylar. He's getting closer to late build. I mean, just look at how fast he's chunking down this Luminous Lord. This may be a problem for Deusvult, as now Rrq Hoshi has found their first lead in this game to be able to open up this map.
Yeah, and right now they got minions at mid. You can tell, especially with how that Lord went off, how important this game is for both of them. Both teams trying to make sure that they don't make a mistake. We're at the 17-minute mark. Most of the builds already at about full build. We're gonna start seeing the show up of some immortalities come up on the screen, maybe even some of those winter truncheons as we start getting later and later. Magister in a little bit of trouble as Irrad goes in with the electrifying beats, but decides to turn away.
Yeah, now at the 50K mark for gold. So everybody at the late game build, this is what Skylar's been waiting for. Was Coach Bryn up to a master plan? And Layla, we trust, is the motto for Rrq Hoshi, as Skylar getting ready to risk it all and show some brand new meta for the Game of Futures 2024. Hiko will find Irad, though. Rushes in, may be able to get another immortality being procced on Brusco. May not be able to get out of there as Kid Bamba will shut him down. 2 members down for Rrq Hoshi, and the push from Deusvult into the mid lane. Banana about 50% HP. Skylar, unfortunately, he's a win in nature. May be able to deal the damage, but Kid Bamba finds him. That is the second kill for Kid Bamba so far in the past 30 seconds. And now a 16-9 kill lead for the side of Deusvult.
And through all of this smoke, at the 18-minute mark, mid towers still standing. That's unheard of right now. And it just tells you what kind of defense, what kind of game that both of these teams are playing and what they have in mind. Oh, going in, Kid Bamba takes a heap of damage from that tower, but decides to back off and then clear out the mid minions again.
Yeah, able to clear out those mid minions. And Private, this is getting to the late game, and we know what happens when it gets this late. It's a battle of ping pong, and it's just going to boil down to who can execute a little bit better on either the split pushing or the team fights for the neutral objective. So far, we've seen Deusvult do a really good job controlling this game, but a similar story to the issue that Rrq Hoshi fell into the last game. They were not able to close it out with the massive advantage they had in the early phase, and now hitting that 20-minute mark, over 50K in gold. Who will be able to turn the tide in their favor and claim this series?
Yeah, and you said it best. We're so late in the game that it comes down to execution, patience. Who's going to make the first mistake? Who's going to get that first advantage? Maybe catch somebody out, checking a bush they shouldn't have, out of position, maybe too far away from their team to be able to back them up, or even maybe diving a tower. Now that we still have all of our mid towers up here, you can see Sunset Lover and Brusco just saying hello to each other in this bush. Couple of little love taps. Oh, Brusco actually wastes a little bit of a flicker there while I talk about that Magister at the top.
Yeah, and the Lord does spawn in Rrq Hoshi in a possible place to be able to control it and maybe able to take it. But pay attention to Irrad, right? Normally we see Banana being the one to split push when you'd run the Benedetta, but now that he's forced on the Ruby, he kind of lacks a little bit of that mobility to be able to provide that split push, and that's where Irrad is going to come into favor, especially on this Joy, being able to have that high mobility. But now with the Lord intact, Magister, he's waiting. He knows that Rrq wants this objective, but they're just gonna kind of do the dance around the Lord Pit and wait for somebody to make the mistake. This is what we talked about, a battle of the late game down to the wire. 20 minutes in, will we see Davids be able to take it? Big Arm fitted set. Rocking up that business. Spark Guard activated to save Bamba. Is gonna be able to sustain himself with the damage. A good save from Sawo. And it looks like they will be able to disengage, but that was a very close call.
And here's the thing too, is on one side, you have Hiko, who has to be present, has to be in front of everybody, because he still needs to get his stacks on that Claude from the Lord. So you know that on the other side, Brusco is definitely looking for him, trying to connect so that he can get that Way of the Dragon onto Claude and take him out. Unfortunately, when he puts himself out there, Deusvult ready. Oh my God, look at the damage he just took.
It was like a headshot right there. 50% HP over there onto Hiko from Octa on this Navaria. But look at Deusvult trying to deal some massive damage to the Lord. Kibamba very low. Look at Sawa though, already on him, ready to use that hard guard at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and they're doing their best. Kid Bamba doing his best to try to zone out the rest of the team. Look at all the damage he's taken. You can see that the Hearts Guard is ready to try to protect, and this actually might be going to Deusvult. Oh, but look at him at the top.
Oh, yep, and now Rrq has been known to close the distance. He's got so many Lord steals. Got one with the Lancelot. He's gotten one with the Droid before, but not this time around. Sawa will shut him down. They don't have the retribution now for Rrq Hoshi. Deusvult has found their opportunity to possibly seize this game. And the clash is now on the way. Rrq Hoshi wants revenge. Skylar finds Hiko. Sunset Lover will take down Brusco. Skylar gets a double. Down goes Sunset Lover. The glass cannon is revved up and ready to go.
Oh, but I mean, you have Sunset Lever. They're going to have to come back to the base. They're going to have to clear that out. But even with the advantage, Deusvult find a kill, but then answering back, Rrq Hoshi able to find some kills of their own to make sure that they're not able to put pressure on this. Oh my God!
Skylar! What a play! Able to take down Hiko. What is going on? Sunset Lover did fall. You see everybody having a hard time now against Skylar, dominating. Maybe able to get another one. Kibamba! Octa is going to be able to steal the kill, though, last second. I feel like Skylar would have connected there. But nonetheless, they've taken the advantage and will be able to seize this Lord.
Yeah, unless we get them rushing in here, but this does look like, especially with Skylar's damage, this is the Lord that's going to be going over to Rrq Hoshi. We're taking a look at the items. We're starting to see the show. Some of those winter truncheons are out now. Some of those immortalities are out yet. And it's all going to come down to this base defense. But this is a 23-minute Lord.
Now, was Coach Bryn up to some devious activity with this Layla being slotted in? Does he know something we don't? Because it looks like this may end up winning the game for Rrq Hoshi with the full late game build and a Luminous Lord making his way through the top side.
I guess we'll have to find out. We see those, at this point, you can see towers being shredded, and a big I'm Offended lands on the Magistar.
Yeah, big I'm Offended is going to land. Lord make his way into the base for Deusvult. One final stand. This is their chance to turn it around, possibly make it up to the Stage 2 playoffs of the Game of Futures 2024. Rrq Hoshi finding a hard time making it into their base, and Deusvult will be able to clear out this Lord.
But they still have the lanes to contend with. Still have the bottom, or the mid and the bottom. You can see all of the minions started to crash in here. They still have their high grounds, so still some defense up there. But I mean, man, at this point in the game, all it takes is a good team fight to reduce some of those towers down to paper.
I'm telling you right now, Skylar is looking for that savage play. You just see how patient he's waiting in the back line, waiting to seize the opportunity to deal that long-range damage. Now, the Lord is not in anymore. They were able to burst it down from Deusvult, so they have another chance to turn this around. Some solid defense on that push from Rrq Hoshi. Again, at another stalemate, 24 minutes in. I mean, even looking at the items, everybody is in double digits now in terms of gold. Wind of Nature was picked up from Skylar, and then also Wind of Nature from Hiko. Definitely going to have to bait one of them out in order to deal that final hit against each other if it boils down to it. But 13-9, and honestly, it doesn't even matter. We're not even, the kills don't matter. The gold doesn't matter anymore. This official late game, it's going to be a 5v5 clash or a battle on this Lord. As you are seeing Rrq Hoshi very comfortable now. They're in the back in this entire game, but have found their footing.
Yeah, and right now the thing is you're at the point you need an answer for Skylar. You cannot leave him in the back. You cannot leave him doing damage to your team. And that's a problem for Deusvult right now, because in the front lane, you have a Rrq who's going to be able to go in there, do a lot of burst damage, and they're all going to try to focus that down. And while that's happening, you still have Skylar in the back. So that is the big question here, is can Deusvult find a way to get to that back to be able to take Skylar out for some of the next fights?
And you're already seeing them trying to take control of these lanes. Deusvult's going to go ahead and clear the top side, ready to take this fight into the Lord Pit. But can they sustain themselves? We already know Skylar is going to be hitting very hard now. They need to find a way to get to him in the backline, and they don't have the easiest composition to do it. Maybe Kid Bomba can rush back there, or Hiko with the BMI, with the Blazing Duet. Could be the trick, but they have to watch out for that Wind of Nature, because as soon as he procs that, he may be able to burst them down. Lord at about 50% HP, and it looks like Rrq Hoshi may be able to take this. Where is Magister? Not able to get there in time, and Lord will go to Rrq Hoshi.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, because they have waves pushing. The rest of the team was done dealing with those, while Magister was basically alone, being zoned out by the rest of Rrq Hoshi while they took the Lord. So it was basically him alone trying to get in there. And I mean, you're not really going to earn much by trying to dive in there and dying, being one down with this Lord coming down as well. Just 2 high grounds left, Steph.
That's right, 2 high grounds left and 1 Layla ready to take it into the base of Deusvult. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Make it or break it for both sides. Will Skylar be able to close it out with the Layla, or Deusvult be able to turn this around, take down the Luminous Lord, and clear the team of Rrq Hoshi, knocking at the door for their base? In a minute's notice, we will know which way this will go. Down goes the inhibitor for the mid lane. Lord at about 25% HP will be bursted down. Blaze Duet from Hiko to be able to clear it. Another Lord not working in Rrq Hoshi's favor. And now may have to still try and contest with these minions. Do they go in for it though? Or do they push back and wait for the next Lord to spawn in? And Private, I think we might be seeing a 30-minute game.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's not as exciting, but it is the smart play. Lord goes in, you take down the high ground towers. That's all you got to do, because you know you're winning these team fights when it comes to the next Lord. So all you need to do is be patient, wait for the next Lord, and then you have the pushing power against Deusvult without any defense.
Yeah, and right now, even underscore picked up from Kid Bomba. There it goes. Skylar doing massive damage. Magister, very low, is going to go ahead and get a little bit of that regen from Angela. They're definitely going to be testing out Sawo and making sure he can heal the team up, as everybody at that full build. We're not in late game, Private. We're in late game. As we are looking at both teams fighting it out. Astro Echo connected to the full team of Deusvult. A possible chance for them to deal some damage. It's like a game of cat and mouse right now between both of them, because Deusvult, they want to find a way to get the Skylar, but they don't have anybody that can really close the distance before getting bursted down. Yes, you have Kid Bomba, but as soon as he rushes in there, Skylar is going to pretty much take him out, or he's going to get hit by Brusco. But on the same side of the table, for the side of Rrq Hoshi, they need to find a way to close out this game, and they're engaging and disengaging is where they have a slight disadvantage. They need to find Brusco going in with the way of the dragon to get a possible setup if they want to be able to end this game, or Banana finding a crucial set with the I'm Offended.
Yeah, and this is that's kind of the big play of this game right now. I mean, you saw a little bit of a fight here at the purple buff. Luckily, Magister still able to get the Rrq off, get his purple buff here. But yeah, as you're taking a look at these items, I mean, oh, Layla actually does not have the defensive item, so you actually might be able to burst her down.
Yeah, no boots, running out there with just plain old socks in the land of Dawn. Kid Bomba rocking that vengeance, very low hit with the sniping. Skylar will shut him down. Kid Bomba will fall and may open up the opportunity for the next Lord to be taken again by Rrq Hoshi. Can Deusvult contest? Do they go in, or do they just risk it all, go back to the base, and try and take down yet another Luminous Lord?
They have to know they have to make something happen here. They're not going to be able to withstand another Lord push, but they already have minions forcing their way into the core right now. And this is going to be another Lord for Rrq.
Ooh, this is the set they were looking for. Possible kill. Irab will get the Lord, but massive damage on a Deusvult. Blazing Duet into the back Skylar takes out Magister. Hiko finds Brusco. Skylar still alive. 1 HP. Immortality being procced on Hiko. He needs to get out of there. The BMI not able to make up the distance. Erad will shut him down. Banana will fall. Sunset Lover takes down Erad. Banana with a truncheon play. Still alive, but Sunset Lover gets the double. Skylar, though, Octa 2v2.
Oh my gosh.
Down to the wire. Takes down Sunset Lover.
That's
Finds
game.
another. Sawa will fall. And ladies and gentlemen, Rrq Hoshi will take the winner's match and move on forward in Games of Future to stage 2 of the playoffs, shutting down